No fluff. This is how you go up the credit card ladder strategically, no matter where you are in terms of your credit card journey. Now, the first step you might be able to skip depending on where you are, but still take heed, because I promise you're going to learn something that you may not have realized could be very strategic in terms of you moving up the credit card ladder. A lot of times people don't understand the importance of credit cards and having them, and then having higher limits and how they benefit you overall as well. I look at a lot of different client credit profiles, and sometimes they may not have some type of line of credit or credit card. Well, without a line of credit or a credit card, you're leaving 165 points on the table, and that's per bureau. So once you understand that, now you understand the importance of at least having a credit card, and then you have to understand the proper way to go about using the credit card in a way that best benefits you. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So step one, if you don't have a credit card at all, consider getting a secured credit card. Now, some of you may not need to do that because you might already be in a position to where you can qualify for a credit card, but listen close, because a lot of people don't understand this about secure credit cards. Secure credit cards basically is you putting the money down to get the card. You can do this through a local bank, a credit union. You can do this through some online platforms, or if you want to go directly through Capital One. There's a lot of ways that you can do a secure credit card. The key is, if you get a secure credit card, it's better to go through some type of local credit union or a bank. Why? Because oftentimes, if you ask them, you can say, hey, how often can I add money to the secured credit card? If they give you no limits, or they have a high limit of how many times you can add to the credit card, that's going to help you tremendously for a couple of reasons. And this is what a lot of people don't realize. You see, you might start off with a couple of $100s that you put down just to open up the secured credit card. But what if you can add to it? And now you take that 300 to 500 to 1,000. Now you got $1,000 credit limit on your card. Now, I know you put the money down, but you having a higher limit can help you in the other steps that I'm talking about going forward. Say you put that $1,000 down. The key is understanding how to properly use the credit card. You want to understand how to use it. And I recommend using it, paying it off, using it, paying it off in full, just to build a habit, because you want ultimately them to report 5% or less in terms of your balance. Now, I know some people say you want to carry a balance, 3%, 2%, 1%. That's cool. But I need you to build up the habit of not needing the card, using the card, paying it off. But the key is knowing when they go and when they're going to report. If you know they're going to report to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion on the 20th of every month, then on the 18th, say you pay it off in full or have it less than 5%. Now you position yourself to have a low balance, which is proven that you don't need the card, and it saves you a ton on interest, because what's 0% of a 25% interest rate? Nothing. You know, if you got $0 and the interest rate is 25%, then they can't charge you anything because you have a low balance. So you can control the interest that you pay by the balance that you carry over. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if you have a secure card and say you've increased that limit from 500 to 1,000, let's just leave it at that. Now, if you go into phase 2, applying for a card to get an unsecured card, that way you're not putting the money down, they're going to look and see that you have $1,000 credit limit versus just a $200 secured credit card. Because if they see you just got a $200 credit card, they may give you pennies. But if they say you got a comma card, now they're like, okay, we can trust them with a little bit more money, because obviously they're able to manage this. I see they have a very low balance. They're still using the card, but they have a very low balance. Now we can give them $1,000 or somewhere in the range of that, more than what they typically would have, because now they see that someone else, or a bank or entity, or you just have the ability to manage $1,000 without using it too much in a way that looks as though you need the card. And that's the key. So now, say you apply for another credit card, and now this is your second card after you have the secure card. They give you a higher limit, and now you're able to run the same play that I just said. Use it, pay it off. The goal is to use it, but also not get caught holding the bag, meaning that you have a low balance when you're using the credit card or when they report. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are terrified of credit cards due to the fact that they just think that they can't trust themselves. Well, if you get in the habit of only using what you know you had the ability to pay off, now you can minimize that fear that you have associated with credit cards and position yourself to get the max amount of credit limits. Because what happens is two things or three things. Once you report having a low balance, you save money on interest, as I stated. Number two, you tap into the up to 165 points that comes from having a line of credit. And then number three, they tend to position you to get more money. they look at it like, okay, I can trust them with more money. I can trust them with higher limits. So what they do is they may take $1,000 credit limit that they initially gave you and say, okay, let's go ahead and double that to 2,000, to 4,000. And now you're moving up the credit card ladder based on your practices, based on your good habits, based on you understanding the proper way to use the credit card. And that's the true key. And now if you apply for other cards and they say, okay, they got a $5,000 credit limit, we can trust them in the range of that with a little bit more money because they know how to manage these cards, and we can trust them with more money. So understanding that process is really what helps you move up the credit card ladder, because now you're the perfect client. You're the ideal client for them. They want somebody who they feel is not depending on it, but using the card at the same time. But also they want to lure you in by giving you more money in hopes that they can charge you some interest. I'm going to just be clear. They do it strategically, but you're using it strategically as well. And the higher limits that you have positions you to get higher credit scores as well. I have a client and they had high credit limits. They just didn't understand the importance of having a low balance. They were just thinking, okay, as long as I'm paying it on time, even if it's just the minimum, then I'm good. Well, when I told them the things I just shared with you, and I said, hey, you pay your card out this way, find out when they report, they did just that. Got the balances down to zero. Their score went up 300 points. 300 points in like 30 to 35 days. Now, I know I said 165 points per bureau, but that was 300 total. So it might have been 90 points here, 110 points here, 100 points there. You get the point. But a total of 300 plus points, all from having a low utilization. Very key. Very key, because it's all about how you use the credit card. And once you know how to use the credit card, now you control your credit. That's a key piece to the puzzle. And if you do that the right way, ongoing, you position yourself to climb up the credit card ladder. You have control in terms of your interest. You have control in terms of your credit score. You're able to maximize and get that full 165 points. You're paying it on time, and you've done it all strategically. So hopefully this helps you climb up the credit card ladder and get you in a way or in a place to where you have higher credit limits, and now you're able to position yourself to leverage credit cards versus them leveraging you. And now you can do things that you typically couldn't do because you have higher credit limits, and now your score runs up to the 750, 800 plus, all by you understanding this strategy. This is my second time recording this. The first time it didn't have any audio, so hopefully I gave you enough to run with, because this right here has definitely helped clients tremendously, and I know it can help you as well. Replay this video as many times as you need to. Share it with somebody else who you feel may benefit. I know I talk a little fast, so slow it down if you need to, replay it if you need to, but I really want you to understand that you can control your credit by controlling your credit card habits, and the right habits lead to maximum credit scores. If you need access to our free credit class, it should be somewhere around this video. That's all I got. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.